Hello guys, and welcome to a new Task Force Admiral video today by me, Vulcan. In this one we're going to be jumping into another of the single player scenarios. This one will be at Midway. Busy morning at Point Luck, June 4th, 1942. Let's listen to the briefing.
The American carrier force stands on the brink of a day that will decide its fate and shape the Navy's legacy for 100 years. Rear Admirals Fletcher and Spruance are lying in ambush northeast of Midway Island on an intercept course with the Japanese carrier strike force led by Admiral Nagumo. Yesterday, the enemy invasion force heading for Midway was sighted for the first time, confirming that a massive operation is underway against American forward bases, here and farther north in the Aleutians. According to our estimates and the enemy's operational playbook so far, Japanese carriers are expected to strike Midway's defenses at dawn. Ideally, USS Yorktown with Task Force 17 and USS Enterprise and Hornet with Task Force 16 will unleash hell on the unsuspecting raiding force, if everything goes well. Although American carriers have already engaged Japanese forces, some of our crews remain unseasoned. Hornet's air group in particular is relatively fresh and inexperienced. The same can be said of Midway's defenses, a ragtag collection of squadron detachments. Roughly 100 Marine, Navy, and Army aircraft are concentrated on the tiny strip of sand that is Eastern Island, racing for the blow to come. They know they are bait, but they will not go down without a fight, though their ability to strike a decisive blow remains uncertain. The Japanese force represents the very best they can muster. While we believe that sustained attrition has weakened the elite corps of pilots first revealed in Pearl Harbor, their losses have likely been largely offset by replacements. We expect between 4 and 6 carriers, depending on what the enemy has been able to assemble after their most recent foray into the South Pacific. They took a bloody nose there, but no one can yet say how much that encounter will affect the unfolding operations around the Hawaiian chain. Admiral Nimitz has provided his flag officers with what he believes to be an ideal ambush position designated Point Luck, based on the latest intelligence available. After withdrawing eastward during the night, the 2 carrier task forces are now returning to their assigned coordinates. Let us hope our predictions prove correct, but only the morning searches will tell. Your turn to write history. Good luck.
Alright, no pressure at all in this historical scenario. Let's have a look at the full briefing. If you want to read this through entirely, then feel free to pause. But I'm just going to scroll down. We're going to have a look at the order of battle. So, friendly forces, we have Task Force 17 and Task Force 16. So we have the Yorktown, we have the Enterprise and the Hornet. Air assets, we've got 230 aircraft, some Dauntless, Devastators, Wildcats. Enemy forces, between 4 and 6 carriers it says, but it looks like it's centered around 4 heavy fleet carriers, so we've got 4 of those to deal with. And then air assets is between 200 to 250 naval aircraft. So it's going to be a big one. Let's jump on in. Right, we arrive on our aircraft carrier and we have a reasonable amount to do before it gets to dawn. So let's go to the strategic map and we can see that we have Eastern Island down here. Our carrier groups are over here heading towards the June 4th rendezvous, and this red circle will be roughly where the enemy carrier group will be. So first things first, I'm thinking of adjusting these because it looks like Task Force 17 is going to arrive at the June 4th rendezvous at 8:12 and Task Force 16 will arrive at 10:30. So we probably want to speed up with Task Force 16. That will bring us down to 6:39 on arrival at the June 4th rendezvous. But daytime is around 4:30, I believe. So if we can kind of check that if we go to like strike, you can see best possible date 4:37. So that's going to be the time that we can start launching aircraft. Where would we be at 4:37? Probably around here. So if we head there with Task Force 16, and then we have Task Force 17 kind of head down here, we can speed them up. So 4:36, say if we go down to around here at 4:36, then both of these will be aligned roughly with the circle, and then when we launch attacks, both of them will be flying at around the same time, and will hit the carrier group at the same time. So that's going to be important to get right. So we just adjusted those waypoints and the speed of our task force to make sure we're in position before dawn. Okay, next thing we need to do is go to our cap and our search. So we can do search from this screen. We also probably want to turn on contact history, wind and weather. Wind is actually coming in from the southeast, so we're going to want to maybe be heading towards the wind at takeoff time, right? So we're going to be heading south mostly during this engagement, which makes me think maybe I actually want to maybe head up north a little bit, so that as the engagement continues, we say we get here and then we start heading south, right? So we're closer to the operational area for longer. I think that makes sense. Okay. So, with the Yorktown, since it's going to be in front, it can be in charge of cap. So we will go to Fleet Defense, Defensive Air Ops, create new combat air patrol zone, and we'll just have a couple of aircraft flying around, making sure that no shenanigans are happening. We'll just do it like so, kind of slightly facing the southwest. That will do. And as soon as it becomes light, those will take off. Right, then what we're going to do is get our second group, Task Force 16, to do our search aircraft. So if we go back to the strategic map, we can click on Task Force 16, make sure we've got one of these selected. So the Enterprise, we've got search, create new air search. We'll just change this to the Enterprise. And I'm going to use torpedo bombers. We're going to prioritize carrier task force, and we will shadow the target as well, so we can keep an eye on them. We're going to want to swing this around, so we'll have one search that kind of searches the top area. I guess I could, in theory, just do one search. If we, say, do 8, and we widen the step just a little bit, something like that, that will cover the area nicely. We'll do patrol altitude at 15. Yeah, then the Enterprise will just launch all of those, and that will be job done. And then we can have the Hornet prioritize just readying a strike package, basically. Although what I might do is just wait until these have taken off and then just organize strike packages on all of these, because we'll have time before we find the enemy task force to set up our strike forces on the deck. I could also do it now and then just do desired takeoff for 5 or 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. But alas, let's accept that. That will be our search. Wonderful. And then we will set up the strike packages. Let's just do it. It'll be much easier if we do it now. So we can click strike. We can go to the USS Enterprise. And we'll do desired takeoff at 5:15. That'll do. And then early spotting, deferred departure. I guess we'll do standard time spotting. That's fine. With deferred departure. That way the deck won't get clogged if they haven't taken off with all the torpedo bombers yet. So make sure to bring in as many of these dive bombers as we can, get the Dauntless out. In terms of fighters, we actually have 25 fighters. I think I could actually get away with sending like a pretty thick escort, send like 9 with them, because it's going to be 4 carriers, so there's going to be a lot of cap. So we kind of need to escort our boys, otherwise they're just going to get torn to pieces. That's good, and we can green light that, hopefully. If I do early spotting, I can green light it, but I can't do it with standard time. It doesn't matter. We can green light that. That will happen afterwards anyway, so that's fine. Okay, moving over to the Hornet. We will set up a strike package for this one. So strike. Get all those bombers, the dive bombers. Again, we want to set this to 515. We'll do early spotting, deferred departure, offensive power. So yeah, early spotting just means they get on deck early. Deferred departure is like where they group up above the carrier group before they start heading out, so they don't attack piecemeal. This is another one where we have a lot of fighters. We'll do another 9 here. That's fine. So we're going to have plenty of escort. We're not going to pick the target yet, so that will green light that. And then we go to the Yorktown. And we'll set up a strike for them. I'm just holding shift to add more than 5 at once, or well, 5 at once, so I can get that earlier. We have a lot less here, so let's go for maybe 6 from the Yorktown. We want to make sure that we have enough Wildcats to defend the fleet if there's a counterattack, so that's also something to consider. But again, 5:15 will be go time for us. Early spotting, deferred departure, offensive power. Great. Okay, green light that as well. Brilliant. We can set up torpedo bomber attacks, but I'm not sure they'll have the range. So I'm not going to bother doing that at the moment. If we need a secondary attack, we could set up the torpedo bombers to do that. So if we watch the first attack hit and it's not really finishing the job, then we could set up a nice torpedo bomber attack and maybe give them a decent escort if we haven't been counterattacked. Because we do have a limited amount of torpedo bombers. Alright, so that's 3 strikes set up between the Yorktown, the Enterprise, and the Hornet. And you can see that at the bottom here. They're going to start spotting at 4:47. Spotting is like putting them on the deck, if you're not familiar with the terminology. And you can see that the Enterprise is also going to be setting off the search, which should take off at 4:37. And we also have the Yorktown, which is going to be taking off with its cap, which will be nicely in front of the fleet at 4:35. So this is just spotting like enemy scout planes, basically. That's what that's there for. Okay, cool. And I think that is pretty much everything done. We can add more afterwards to our cap if we want, but for now I think I'm okay. Everything's looking good. Air plot will change as we carry on. Alright, so now we just kind of speed things up. Now a really cool thing about this scenario is we will see the aircraft from Eastern Island, which includes B-17 bombers. I think they have B-26s, as well as a bunch of their own like old school Wildcats. If we go to 3D view, there's not much to see at the moment because it's really dark, although if we get the sun in the background, you can kind of see the outline of the carrier. If I remove the HUD, there we go. Very nice indeed. Just center that in the camera. Beautiful. This is one of the things that's really, really beautiful about this game. It's just such good graphics. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright. Yeah, so now we just need to speed things up, really. So we'll go back to the strategic map and speed it all up. So search, cap, strikes, all ready to go. And as soon as we find the enemy fleet, we can launch the strike packages, which will all get ready on deck after the initial search has been sent out, as well as the cap aircraft have taken off and start patrolling. So should see some action from Eastern Ireland at some point as well. If I click on bases here on the order of battle, we'll be able to see the aircraft that they start to use. And as soon as they bring those out, we can click on those. So those are technically spotting. If we now zoom into 3D, we'll see that they're taking off. It's really cool. They're currently on the water. And you see one in the distance back there taking off. And before here, as PVY is getting going. They're taking off actually pretty early. It's only 3:41. So these are getting up and about very fast indeed. And these will also provide us with information. So as they travel on their search, which we can see here, if we click on this search here, we can see the search in progress. They're going to head off down these routes, so they will hopefully find something as well. And then if we go back to our fleet and we click on air and we go to search, you can see our search there as well. But our search is a little tighter, which is nice. It's not as deep as maybe I would like, but that's because, again, the torpedo bombers, that's basically as far as they can go before they're going to start running out of fuel and they have to head back. But at 4:39, we're going to be heading south into the wind in order to make sure that all of our ops are good to go. I think it's 4:37, is it? So let's just make sure that we adjust this a little bit. We'll make sure it's like, what, 4:30. We can do this one to like 4:30 as well. Perfect. So they'll be in good positions to turn around and start heading south. I'm not sure if we'll actually be close enough. It looks like the dive bombers should be in range. The torpedo bombers probably not. We'll just continue to speed things up. Put it all the way up to like 60 times speed as we zoom towards 4:30. You can see here all the green radar. There's the PBYs heading out on their scouting mission. And we can follow them as they reach the target, but it's going to be still pretty dark, so I'm not going to worry about showing you guys them at the moment. Set it all the way to like 90 speed. Unfortunately, the game, it does slow you down if you're getting a bit too fast, because obviously the game can only calculate so much. But you can see we're reaching our waypoints, and as soon as it hits 4:30, I'm going to start heading our ships to the south. One thing that's really interesting about this game is you could play it like full real time, which would be nuts, to be honest, because you'd be sat here for hours. But it would be kind of crazy, like a bit of a nail biter if you were like genuinely playing it in real time. Alas, it is coming to 4:30, and we shall tell our ships to start heading south. Can I add another waypoint there? Looks like no. Alright, we'll just add a new waypoint to the south, and we'll make sure that they're heading into that wind. And what we'll do is we'll actually have them kind of slow down. They'll speed up once the air ops start, but we're just going to keep doing like 10 knots. That's fine. So we don't get too far away from where we launch our aircraft. Alright, as you can see, the sun has come up. So if we now go to bases and we select one of these aircraft and go into 3D view, see the sun's come up over there. It's kind of behind the clouds for a lot of these. There we go. There's the sun. And absolutely gorgeous. We're lucky there might be the moon as well. There we go. Gorgeous, gorgeous game. Alright, let's head back to the strategic map. And you can see these circles are roughly where the scouting planes are. So Task Force 17 is heading into the wind now to commence air operations anyway, which is good. Hopefully we'll be taking off shortly. And if I go to the spotting, we can see them moving stuff around. That is the Yorktown, that is the Enterprise. They're starting to move all of their stuff into position. We go to 3D view and we click on the Yorktown, we'll be able to see them actually moving those on the deck. Looks like it's going to take them a little while to get the cap launched, which is a bit of a pain because I don't want it to overlap with us launching the other aircraft. Oh, there we go. Just those two on the front. They're going to whip off. Very nice. The other one up there. So they're going to start patrolling. Which is great. And now we'll get our spot ready for the next operation. So let's just speed things up. And as soon as we see where the enemy strike force is, we'll be taking off with our aircraft. Interestingly, they are traveling in the wrong direction at the moment. They turn around. I don't think they have another waypoint here. And we can head to the Enterprise. They've already sent off their search, so we are just chilling. We can go to the air here. And we can go to... Did they set up their search? Where's our search gone? Okay, if our search doesn't work... The Enterprise, I think, oh, maybe they already launched them. There's Ingress. Where is that search on the order of battle? Ah, here we go. Yep, so they've already taken off. There we go. You can see our fleet in the distance there. They did take off on time, which is good. Beautiful. Right, everything going to plan so far. It's going to take a while for our search to catch up with the search from Eastern Island. We head back to bases and their search. They're going to be quite far up on their search. So we'll start speeding things up again, and then our carriers will start spotting. You can watch that happen here. It's really fun to watch it up here, to be honest. This is what's actually happening in real time in the 3D. You can actually watch that on different ones. Oh, we have contact. Yeah, the Yorktown's getting ready, Hornet's getting ready, Enterprise getting ready. And we have an unknown task force. Currently only 10 ships, 4 large, 5 small, 1 medium. If we spot carriers, if that tells us there's carriers there, then we're pretty much good to go. So which one would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Section 5. This chap. Go and watch him. So he has spotted the enemy fleet between the clouds. We can have a look and see if we can spot them ourselves. One thing that this plane is going to have to be very careful of is enemy fighters. Those are going to come up and probably try and shoot him down if they have seen him on radar, or if they have just seen him in the sky. There might be some zeros hanging about. Okay, there is 1 CA. 15 ships. It is a big task force. Hoping that these are continuing to turn. So there's like 1 carrier. Oh no, that's not a carrier technically, right? CA. CV is carrier. Well, we'll know pretty soon if this scout plane gets hit by enemy cap. There's very likely to be a carrier nearby. But I think the cloud cover here is really affecting the ability for this to fully identify the force that it's flying over. There we go. Carrier task force. 2 carriers have been identified. The Yorktown is still spotting, which is fine. As soon as they're ready, we can get them going. Gonna have to turn into the wind regardless, so I'm probably gonna tell him to take off first. I have a feeling that he's just turning very slowly because there's so many on deck, maybe. We have 41 planes parked on deck right now. So our total strike package is going to be probably about 120 planes. That's a lot. That's a big strike. Alright. There's still some more coming up as well. Crazy. Okay, looks like Yorktown's ready to go, Enterprise ready to go, Hornet ready to go. So let's... Oh, that one's ditched. Oh no, he's in the water. He got shut down while we weren't looking. Yeah, the cap caught up with him. It's okay, we have a rough heading. And it will be updated by our search. So if we check our own search, as we head in that direction. It looks like one will go right over the top, if not the second one will. The base is getting ready. They're going to be starting to take off their bombers by the looks of things. Let's go and have a look at those. So B-17s looking very nice indeed. They're getting ready to take off. It's actually quite a lot of them. There's B-17s looking to bomb the enemy carriers. It's going to be like hitting a needle in a haystack, really. We're going to be seeing a bunch of old Wildcats. There is the other bombers here. These are going to be probably loaded up with bombs or maybe torpedoes. Very cool. I really like how we can actually inspect the island and watch these taking off. Super, super cool. I'm lining up, ready to go. Off he goes. Follow him up. Got a lot of gunners. You got that gun on the top, you got the gun on the top back, you got the guns on the sides, the gun on the front, the guns on the back. I have a belly gun as well, it does. Big old crew in those things. Very awesome indeed. So they're going to have like 7 sections of those, which is a lot. And they got the B-26s that are in the queue there as well. We're going to see a big air operation from this island. Meanwhile, our torpedo bombers on their way. And our strike is still ready to go. If I go to the Yorktown and I give this as a target, can we launch? We can. So I'm going to click takeoff, and Task Force 17 will head into the wind for air operations. Now, Task Force 16 is already heading into the wind, so I might just wait a moment. Then they can both start at the same time. Thought he'd lost his friends for a second, but we do have the escort nearby. All of them starting their engines. Super cool. Just listen to the hum. Okay, let's now select Task Force 16. Get the Enterprise to join us. Pick target. Take off. And Hornet. We can close this, open that, pick target, take off. Good. So with that done, we will have a look at our ships as our aircraft start to get into the sky. So I think the Enterprise and the Hornet over here already kind of facing in the right direction. That is a stacked deck though. See the other carrier behind to them so we can watch both of them as they start to launch their aircraft. And this is just like one of the most fun parts about this game. It's just like sat here enjoying the view. It's just awesome. There's not many games that allow you to admire World War II carrier ops like this. If any, actually, at this sort of quality. Speed it up a little bit. They should get underway. Just warming up their engines. You don't want to be the one at the front of the shortest, the shortest runway. The Yorktown taking off, it is. So they're heading off. I would like both the Enterprise and the Hornet to be launching right now as well, because otherwise they might be a little bit late. And the first attack from the Yorktown is going to get really chewed up on its own. A little bit of a delay. Meanwhile, let's just have a quick look at the bases and have a look at these bombers. They are still taking off and they're starting to form up. The B-26 is moved into position yet. No. Okay, good. They've started to take off. Yep, both of them. They're on their way. Good stuff. So you'll start to see them circling above as they continue to take off. And if I speed it up, they'll all start to get off the deck. Form a nice big strike group. That one had to like reverse around the tower a little bit. Pushed around the tower, I guess. I didn't really reverse. It says strike package from Able, Eastern Island is underway. So that should be the bombers. Yeah, look at that. How gorgeous is this game? B-17 bombers. Absolutely awesome. Big old wing of those. Meanwhile, we take off with our units here as well. And they'll be forming up in the air. If I go to air, we head over to dive bombers. They're forming up nicely as well. This is going to be a huge, huge attack. A little frigate down below. Go have a look at him. Because it looks so small compared to the carrier, but that thing's still pretty big. We can actually have a look at all of the different ships individually. So in Task Force 17 we have the Yorktown. It's accompanied by the Astoria, Portland, the Morris, got Anderson, Amman, Hughes, and Russell. And then for Task Force 16, it's absolutely huge. Of course, we've got the Enterprise, the Hornet, Minneapolis. Some big guns on that thing. You can also use these seaplanes. We've got the New Orleans, we've got the Seine, the Pensacola, Northampton, Atlanta. There's also the Phelps, Worden, Iwin, the Monaghan, and the Balch, Cloningham, Benin, Ellet, and Maori. Really testing my pronunciation here of these different names. Really interesting how many different ships are actually modeled, as well as the aircraft, right? Because this, it is a naval game, right, primarily, but the fact that these guys are pretty detailed as well is really cool. So good to see. Alright, dive bombers really nicely forming up now. See here the groups of aircraft all coming together. This is the group from one of the carriers, and then this one over here is from the other carrier. Alright, the Yorktown has launched all of its aircraft and its attack is underway. The Enterprise and Hornet won't be too far behind, but it could make a difference because I think the Yorktown is actually closer as well. So if we go to the strategic map, I think the Yorktown will hit first, and then then Task Force 16 with their 2 strike groups will come in afterwards. So there'll be a little bit of a break in between. Yeah, I'm really hoping that they carry on towards this waypoint at some point, because it's turning back 230 degrees. Not entirely sure why they're doing that. Doesn't matter too much as long as I'm able to launch aircraft. But I may want to keep Task Force 16 nearby. Maybe we adjust here as well, like now that they've launched. It could also be a good opportunity to set up some extra cap, because the Yorktown has like a couple of aircraft up, but Task Force 16 does not. So if we go to the Fleet Defense, Great Combat Air Patrol, from the Enterprise, we'll just do 2, that is fine. And we'll set up another area here. So here's the attack that's going to be coming in onto the island that has been launched at dawn. So the airbase will have to react to that at some point. Let's have a look at these B-26 bombers. So they do have a big old torpedo, look at that. Very cool. Okay. We'll speed things up as it gets underway. This is 20 plus aircraft heading towards Eastern Island. They are scrambling. All the F-2A3s are taking off, so I think the F-2A4 was the first aircraft, the first Wildcat with the flippable wings, you know, like so they could bring the wings up for the carriers. The F-2A3 does not have that capability. Looks like they are taking off with those. They're scrambling to make sure that they can take them down, or as many as they can. Okay, so Task Force 16 has launched a couple of aircraft, so we do have the cap in position now. Good stuff. We have a bit of an update on the carrier position, and we also should be having our search arriving shortly. So if we go to our air tab here, Our search, it's getting closer. We'll get updated information, which will be good for our aircraft. Potentially I should have waited to have the updated information before we launched, because there's a chance that we might miss them. Let's go to the base here, and we can watch these wildcats taken off. There's a lot of wildcats on this base, so hopefully they'll be able to do a decent amount of damage to the incoming forces. But the bomber sections are looking good. Yeah, that's, like, the chances of these actually hitting something is really slim. I assume in this case they know that the attack's coming, so they might as well be in the air, trying to do something. I will speed things up, and we can probably keep an eye on these fighters as they zoom towards the enemy forces. I thought there was a lot of sections, but it looks like each of these sections might only be 2 aircraft. Yeah, so they do have a lot, but will they have enough? Now, one thing that I might want to do, we know that there's an attack coming towards the airbase, but I think what I will do is I will put all fighters on deck. On the Hornet, on the Enterprise, on the Yorktown. Because they have 4 carriers at the end of the day, right? And depending on how much aircraft there is here, they have like 260 odd in total, right? So this might not be a full attack. It might be like half of their aircraft, right? And then we got to worry about the other half maybe coming to us. So I don't want to get caught with my pants down. Just speeding things up as we watch these F2A3s head towards the enemy forces. Where are they looking? There's an enemy aircraft there, but surely that's not all of them. Maybe just a scout. Now that looks like a seaplane. That'll be easy pickings. Probably scouting for the rest of the craft. Although islands don't tend to move, so... Interesting. There is definitely a bunch of aircraft behind it. I think this is the torpedo bombers. So the torpedo bombers are going to be heading past their big... Oh yeah, you can see it now. That is a massive attack coming towards Eastern Island. Oh, it just looks incredible though. These torpedo bombers just going to be flying on past and hoping none of the Zeros notice. Incredible. Just the scenes in this game are so awesome. We can actually ride after them. Sorry about the window sound there. We can fall in with their formation, have a look at their aircraft. Really cool. They're all equipped with bombs. Some will be equipped. I was going to say some will be equipped with torpedoes, but probably not because they're attacking an island. Or just a load of dive bombers. A lot of dive bombers. Look how many there are. So cool. Alright, there's going to be a huge engagement there. Yeah, the F2As are arriving. I got some F4Fs taking off as well. Okay, well, here goes nothing, I suppose. We can actually, I think, take control of some of these if we wanted to. We'll watch them come in and engage. Oh, didn't fire. Let's run. Very dangerous position to be in above like that many of these. Oh, and now there's zeros on their tail. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. The F2A doesn't really deal with zeros very well. Zero is just so much more maneuverable. Well, there goes one aircraft though. Or was that a friendly? That might have been a friendly coming down. Looks like most of the ones I'm clicking on are actually already being chased by escorting fighters. But the second wave of fighters is arriving. In the distance you can see the engagement. Very cool indeed. Aircraft are on the way. We've got good eyes on the carriers, so there's 4 carriers that have been spotted. We've got our 2 groups here that are moving in. Let's go back to these fighters and continue to watch the engagement. Or just like coming head on into like a wall of planes like that. God. It's crazy. Coming around. I'm gonna get one. I don't think he will. At least not yet. Needs a helping hand. Got 2 zeros on his tail. It is. Oh dear. Oh, look at the engagement beyond there. That's so cool. Alright, let's go ahead and maybe take control here. We'll see if we can shoot down some of these. There's so many! I will just slow our speed down. This is kind of difficult to do. I need to make sure that I don't waste too much ammo, as it's very easy to do. Just gonna stay low. Oh, it looks like we've got a 0 on our tail. Let's just try and kill one more, and then we'll give control back. Okay, you can have control back. I'm not doing very well. He's got a few holes in him now. Okay. Let's head back to our strategic map. So a big attack coming in there, which is fine. It means there's a lot less aircraft for us to deal with when we're attacking the enemy carrier task force. It also means that there's going to be less to deal with when they come from me. So just kind of head sort of southwest, and then you don't have to spend so much time turning into the wind if we need to take off with our fighters. So these yellow aircraft will be at the cap. Aging. Oh no. You got shot down. Not my fault, I swear. Well, they really are trying, but there is so many of them up there. Oh, they're in the drink. Wow, there's a lot of them been shot down. This is crazy. They are barely making a dent in this attack. Is it an F2A? Is it technically like a bearcat? I was just thinking it had a different name, maybe. Oh, the escort is wrecking them. But at least all the planes are off the runway. I mean, you got the bomber fleet coming over. Where are they relative to the enemy? Okay, not too bad. This green one here is the torpedo bombers most likely. And then these bombers are actually quite far up. Our attacks, let's have a quick look at these. It looks like they'll be on target, hopefully. With any luck, they'll be fine. All right, let's go to the bases. We'll go to the bombers, because I think watching the fight is, they're not doing too great right now. I think Eastern Ireland is about to take a beating. Yeah, every time I'm zooming into one of these, they are now in the drink. So, not looking too good. Like Section 1 is ditched. Section 2, they have one left. Oh, never mind, he ditched. Section 3 is engaging. Section 4 is engaging. Oh no, he's dead. They're definitely ditched. They might not be dead, they might have managed to bail. I'll tell you what, those seaplanes are going to have a lot of rescue to do. Oh, he's just hit the water. Oof, this is not looking good. Oh, get him, get him! Oh, nice! Took off the wing. Beautiful stuff. Alright, Pinkerton's in the drink. Swansburger's going down. Russellman having a bad time. Phillips is in the water. Crikey. This is looking real bad. The formation is definitely going to have broken through. Unfortunately, I can't really look at the enemy. I might be able to turn it on in the options, actually, the ability to look at the enemy. Kinda cool. Watch their formations hit the island. Alas. Bombers should almost be at the target. Let's go back to Roy. Gonna be around here. They'll probably take the brunt of the cap for us. We speed things up with these guys. We can watch them take their bombing run on the enemy fleet. So our scouts have reported new unidentified surface force. It's probably going to be the same one. Yeah, it's just because my scouts are arriving on station. Let's go back to these bombers. Unfortunately, Eastern Island's probably going to get absolutely bombed to pieces. In the distance there, there's a lot of smoke piles on the island. I imagine, yeah, they already hit it. Onwards we go. Can't see the enemy fleet at the moment. We should be getting pretty close with this bombing fleet. I think they're probably behind schedule by the looks of things, because this is heading back now. According to a message we intercepted, Task Force 17 has been detected by an enemy air search asset. Okay, so we will need to be a bit careful here. Yeah, there was an aircraft that our cap has been engaging. Okay, let me just check my cap here. This is kind of important. Looks like they probably shot that down. But they know the position of our fleet, so we can expect an enemy attack at some point. Cap's done a good job there finding and killing that scout. Let's head back to the bombers. I really want to see these engage. It might just be that they haven't been flying like full throttle. But we should see the fleet below. Ooh, okay, I tell you what I can see. That is enemy cap. What? Aircraft are down below. Is that the B-26s? Oh dear. They're going to be trying their best, but that does not look like a fun time. Oh, there goes one of them. Come on, Gunner. Rear Gunner, you got this. There's no way he didn't shoot that down. And there's the rest of the bombers up above. Oh. There goes the wing. Yeah, these B-26s are not lasting very long at all. Oh, there goes another one. This is the trouble when you have like such small formations, but these B-17s are pretty high up. Only problem with them being so high up is they're going to be incredibly inaccurate. But if they drop enough bombs, then maybe they can get the job done. Wait, did one of the bombers just go down? Or did they shoot down the zero? I felt like they shot down a zero. And this cloud cover is going to make them so inaccurate. I can't see anything. Are the zeros coming back? Can't tell. They're off on the rear there in the distance. It might be that these bombers have kind of just overshot the mark a little bit. Pretty close. Oh, here comes another wing of zeros. So this is really good because the bombing crews here could shoot down quite a lot of them. And in doing so, would open up the air for my strike to come through. Although they seem to be isolating this one on the edge of the formation, which is probably the correct way to do things. And again, if you were that guy who'd just been hit, you'd probably be heading back to base, because an oil leak at this altitude is not going to be very fun. Start overheating pretty quickly. Okay, let's have a quick look at where our task force is, our attack. Getting there. So this is the one from the Yorktown. Head back to the bombers. Right, we can see the enemy fleet is actually almost exactly below them. A couple of ships on that side. I have a feeling these are going to completely whiff. Right, the bombers are getting into bombing formation, I think. Oh, there they go. Bombs away. Alrighty. Where are those bombs gonna go, though? There is a ship right down there. I don't know if I can get down there fast enough to see the bombs hit the water. Because I'm going as fast as I can. See one of their destroyers or battleships there. Still feels very cinematic, like slowly zooming through the clouds like this, with the engine sound in the distance. Alright, so that's the carrier they're targeting. But will they hit the mark? Probably not. You can hear the carrier firing away. Taking evasive action. I don't know if the bombs have come down yet. There's a carrier over there, there's a carrier there, carrier here. That 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think this one is the one that's gonna get bombed. They're actually spotting quite a few planes right now. I feel like the bombs already hit the water, or yeah, they must have already hit the water. There's no way. There's no way. They probably just missed completely. That cloud cover is pretty good against bombers. I'm not sure how high they were though, so maybe wrong. Imagine if this like just gets laid waste by a massive bomb run while there's all of those on the deck. That'd be crazy. I don't see any evasion or anything from this, so I'm pretty sure it just missed. But hey, nice distraction, and probably took care of some of the cap for us. So now we're going to be coming in with our own dive bombers. is our big boy group. One of them. Bit of an engagement happening over there. That's probably the bombers getting engaged by something. Yeah, the cap is chasing these bombers, which is good. It's big targets they're trying to take out. Ooh. Oh no, that's all the B-26s. Yeah, we saw them go down. Oh, look at that. That's such a bad place for a Zero to be. Getting smacked by like the rear gun, the top gun, and every side gunner. They're not gonna get much done. Alright, let's head back to our aircraft. So yeah, we'll be getting pretty close now. See them turning in there, lining up. Line up the attack. Changing formation. I am going to have to keep an eye out for a counterattack. Fortunately, I'm kind of arriving as they're spotting a lot of their attack aircraft. So there's a chance that we could blow some of those off the deck, which would be really cool. I'm probably going to be diving through the clouds. Speed things up a bit as we get into position here. They're all basically just lining up on targets. It's extremely difficult for them to see what's going on right now. Like in reality, you definitely have to get below the clouds to spot your target. Oh, here comes a cheeky Zero. Oh, shot down one of our bombers. How are we doing? There's a couple gone down. We just get all of these sections out so we can watch them all bomb individually. Oh no, his engine's out. That's not good. At least they're going to have time to eject. They wouldn't really want to get captured on a Japanese fleet. Well, there goes one of them. Which group is that? Some of them are diving in now. Oh, here we go. Air brakes on. Oh, they're coming straight out on top of the carrier. This could be huge. Oh, it's so lined up as well. Oh, come on. That's got to be a hit. Oh, right into the tower. Huge first hit. Unfortunately, the rest kind of missing the mark, but that was beautiful. More coming down now. Look at that. Oh, another direct hit. Oh, and another one. That 3 midships. 1 bow. Oh, that carrier just got blasted. That is some great hits. And it looks like we will stop them potentially from taking off, which would be huge. Because we managed to basically blow up the tower there. Put a big hole into the runway in front of them. That's massive. Absolutely massive. That carrier in the distance there, kind of getting away with it by the looks of things. Now let me just pause it and figure out who's attacking what. So we got these guys who have just successfully made their run on that carrier. Unfortunately, they're in the drink. I think these just failed their attack. That's crazy. Alright. Just trying to like figure out where the rest of these guys are. It would be nice if it showed the aircraft on that map. But there we go. That was actually a pretty damn successful attack. Considering like the first group's already struck like 3 major hits there with like 1,000-pound bombs. So that's gonna put that carrier out of action for a little while. That's really nice. Big hits. Big fire. Triple fire. I've just got to escape all of these zeros. We will have the next group coming in shortly. The nice thing is now they're kind of free to evade because they don't have that big bomb underneath them. So they're going to be a lot more agile on the way out. So with any luck they will escape. The escort's also able to help out. Yeah, there's the 1, 2, and 3. One of them's on fire. Okay, great job by the Yorktown strike group. Now we have the next strike group coming in. So these guys, they're a little ways out, but we're going to have 2 strike groups basically hitting at the same time, so that's going to be massive. As for the B-17s, they're still escaping and drawing a lot of aircraft with them. I think, unfortunately, a lot of the fighters are gone, but yeah, Eastern Island's kind of done its job, been a distraction for us, and we're able to get these strikes in nice and deep now, which is great. So, back to our bombers. Are pretty close now, join the fight themselves. We're getting some good hits on those actually, as they're coming up. Climbing away from those zeros as quick as they can. Okay, you can see they're moving into formation now. These ones more behind them. Okay, we'll speed things up until they drop. Oh, is that like a big ball? Oh, that's actually the... Oh, that's so cool. Okay, if we head over here, you'll see below that there's like all of the ones coming out of the clouds. Below. And they're bringing up all the fighters with them. Over there. Oh, that's these guys. So they're escaping. As the other group comes in. Oh no. Section leader down. Absolutely crazy. And the next group's going in overhead. Just such awesome scenes. Okay. And it looks like maybe the escort's going to come and help out there. They've all peeled off. Just pause it as I figure out what's going on here. Don't want to miss any nice diving action. It's just all of these now that are spread out. And hopefully we can get some really good hits here. Gonna be diving through the clouds again. Any more in that direction? There's some ahead. It'd be nice if you could like just maybe double click. Can we double click to change? Kind of. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, that deck is full. That deck is full. Is the other one still on fire? Let me just pause it for a second. Yeah, the other one's on fire over there. So we're about to hit a very different one. This could be a good hit. Bombs away. Oh, it's going to be right in the middle. Oh, it's such a good hit. Such a good hit. Oh, that was absolute magic. Straight into the middle of the spotted aircraft. And another hit on the rear. Oh, throws off more into the drink. Wow. That was huge. Massive bombs. Because a lot of those aircraft were trying to take off. That is just a fireball. Incredible stuff. Also, it looks like the other aircraft carrier behind also taking big hits. Very nice indeed. I keep pressing spacebar, and that's what brings me out to that tactical view. But it looks like we hit this one twice as well. This one maybe took a hit, but the fire's gone out. Now that is only the second attack. We still have a third attack to come. Incredible. These have probably been the best strikes that I've had in a very long time. Alright, next one's coming in. They're already on their way. Hopefully we're hitting the pristine one here. Or General Quarters sounded actually. 1 second. I just noticed. General Quarters sounded on the USS Yorktown. What was that? Like 3 minutes ago? Maybe just another unit now by. Alright, back to the action. Okay, we're hitting that one. We're already hitting that one there as well. This one seems to be getting away with it. But we're coming in with a massive amounts of bombs. We've already hit this one a lot. Oh, another good hit. Oh, and another hit. The hit on the bow there is probably not going to do too much damage. Oh, there's another one. There's so much damage being done right now. Incredible. Are we getting some strikes on that carrier? I think we have hit this carrier. Obviously the two are completely on fire. That is massive. And hitting them while they had all those aircraft spotted on deck was mental. Such good hits. Such good hits. Alright, the boys will be heading back to base. All of our bombers are used up. I mean, I would take it if I were the American Admiral. Taking out 2 of the 4 carriers would be a great win. They are not looking good. Alright, beautiful stuff. And I'll just speed it up and we'll get the boys back to base. In theory, it's only 7 o'clock in the morning, so There's plenty of time to get the boys back and go for another round. That being said, I don't have too much time, unfortunately. It was a very nice, successful attack. Both of those aircraft carriers are in a mess, and it looked like they almost crashed into each other. See how many managed to survive. It looks like quite a lot of our bombers managed to get out. Preston lost 2 of his teammates, unfortunately, but the rest are all good. We lost 2 there. Yeah, these are... one of those is ditched. I don't think the losses were that bad. And it seems like because we hit them as they were spotting, there's not too much in the way of cap. And any that was in the air already was completely distracted by the bombers, which have also appeared to get away with this pretty well. Well, there is one more large set of bombers on their way. Oh, this could be huge. Where are these guys? So they're coming in for another attack. I'm really hoping they go for the pristine one. Oh, these are cool aircraft. Look at those. SB2Us. I don't even know what they're designated as. Because this is a Dauntless, if I'm correct. I don't know what these would be called. Regardless, yeah, a big bombing wing coming in. Still more attacks that they're going to have to deal with. So this will be the last one. This is set up by the airbase at Eastern Island. There's a good chance with the attack that we already made that these are going to be able to slip through and get some really good strikes. But honestly, their carrier group is really lucky to be covered so well by this cloud. It seems to be just over their fleet, and then nowhere else almost.
Romeo, Red Leader, Bogey, Vector 280, 20 miles, Angels 10 plus.
Okay. They're just in disarray right now, for real. Oh, general quarters sounded on the USS Yorktown. Oh, we have an attack coming in for us. Okay, so they did manage to get a decent amount in the sky. Alright, we should be spotted for this. So I think it's just a scramble situation. We will just blast into the wind towards the other fleet. And I think it's just a scramble situation. Yeah, there's another group actually. It seems to be heading towards Carrier Force 16 as well. Okay, air defense stations manned on the USS Yorktown. Let's do it. We will go to here, and actually we don't do it from there, we just do it from here. All fighters on this base not currently assigned to a strike will scramble to intercept enemy bogeys. Yes, go, go, go. And Task Force 16 will get the Enterprise to scramble. And the Hornet to scramble. Yeah, so we already put our aircraft on deck for this situation. They go to the Yorktown, and they just need to turn into the wind, and all the Wildcats are ready to go, so that's nice. And we also have the Enterprise here, and the Hornet the same. So we should have a decent amount of aircraft to protect our carriers. And we also can watch the attack come in from the base.
Romeo, Red Leader, Bogey, Vector 27, 20 miles. Angels 10 left.
I have a lot of bombers, to be honest. These are out in front. We'll let them speed up. Looks like they're lining up. Black's gonna start. They're already diving in. I assume that they're angling for this carrier. We'll have a look at the state of the remaining forces here. One of the carriers is still on fire. One of them might have sunk actually, I can't see it. Oh no, it's over there. So they are attacking the ones that are pretty pristine, but that is a very slow angle. That being said, slow is good for accuracy, so if they make it through, actually a good chance they'll hit the mark. Seems to be somewhat lined up. Oh, he dropped that way too early. Tragic. That was so early. Oh. Oh, that was just awful. That was just awful. Wow. Okay, well, hopefully the other ones will do the trick. Because that was just terrible. That one's so off the mark. Is he just releasing anyway? Damn, these guys are terrible. Alright, at least we got some proper dive bombers coming in. Did that one hit? No, that one missed. Oh, more misses. Wow. I was really hopeful. Apparently too hopeful. Like, after the performance of my guys, I was like, oh, we could really get a lot of damage in. But nope. They're all doing terribly. I don't even know which this one's targeting. Seem to just be flying over the top. It doesn't seem to be much cap though. A lot of the cap might actually be with the large group that's headed towards us. Right, those are all out anyway. It doesn't seem like they took much losses. We've just got this one group here that's ready to go. Did they just miss the mark? What are they doing? I have a feeling they missed the mark. Okay, right. Big group coming in for us right now. But we are starting to get our aircraft out and about, which is good. We just have a look at our one here. Yeah, so we're gonna have a big group of aircraft in our scramble. It's gonna be nice. Okay, meanwhile, let's head back to these bombers just to see if they actually do want to hit something. Okay, some are going in. That's good. I don't know what section that is ahead of us. Or maybe they're just diving for the one that's already damaged. If you could sink a carrier entirely, that'd be huge, right? So, it kind of makes sense. But the angles are not looking good. This one on the left might... Maybe not. This one? Ooh. That could be good. Oh, just to the side. And have all of these just dropped their bombs as well? Oh man, what a big whiff. Big whiff. Big whiff. Well, that's a shame. Big shame. Oh, that could have been the follow-up of Dreams, but it just missed so badly. Okay, now we just got our defense to worry about, and then I'll probably call it a day. Because we have a lot of aircraft coming towards us. Okay, all of our aircraft are up and about, but we're not engaging them at the moment. I assume that is a scout aircraft that is coming towards us. It might actually be our own scout aircraft coming back. Let's just check where they are. They might not be that far. Yeah, we do have a bunch of scout aircraft coming back, so they will be landing shortly. But our scramble hasn't actually moved to intercept just yet. Alright, this is going to be pretty tense, because if we're not moving to engage them... Okay, finally. Oh no, are they engaging the wrong ones? No, if they're going to engage these guys instead of these, that's really bad. Because those are just going to get through for free. There are so many aircraft coming towards us right now. Considering how much damage we did, I'm surprised that they got this many up in the air. Okay, let's have a look at our scramble. So this is Task Force 17 scramble. I may have to like take control here and fly over to the other group of aircraft. There's no way we just fly past those. Come on. So bad. Me taking control is not going to help either, I don't think. If I take control and we move over here, we can see them all over there. Hopefully my wingman's coming with me. 100% throttle, we'll just keep pulling ahead of them. At least I'm bringing one or two with me, it sounds like. I imagine those above are zeros. Alright, gonna have to be a little bit cautious here. Oh man, I think they're getting into attack formation. Alright, we're on their rear. Slow it down. Is this our group coming back? It is. Well, that would make sense as to why we weren't going after them. Well, we'll just go say hello, I guess. And the rest can chase the other group. Alright, so that was friendly. This is clearly not friendly. Okay, good to know. So these aircraft are actually going in the right direction, funnily enough. Well, that's a little bit embarrassing, isn't it? I guess such is war, right? Yeah, this is looking like an enemy formation. We got a decent amount of boys with us. Torpedo bombers. Quite a lot of torpedo bombers actually. I took one down on the first pass. It's not bad. Nice, another one gone down. Huge. And another one. Good. Really good. Alright, we just got to keep picking them apart before they get to our carrier. I'm hoping that my scramble here will pick up these guys, although I think those two groups there are likely friendlies coming back as well, now I think about it.
Angels 10 plus, Romeo, many bogies. Vector 290, 70 miles. Angels 10 plus, Romeo.
So a successful engagement then, because we managed to reclaim our guys. I'm hoping that these aircraft from this scramble will help Task Force 17. Because whilst this is a little bit of a turkey shoot, it doesn't seem like they have much in the way of escort. It would be nice to be sure. Like, it only takes like one bomb, one torpedo really to mess up your day. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be that many left. There's like 4 of them. There's one in leading, and then there's like 4 behind. Okay. So air operations are commencing as our units come back to land. That is going to be the end of the day. We'll make sure to try and shoot down as many of these as we can. Only like 2 aircraft there. I think their carrier group is an absolute shambles. It looks like 2 might get through. Okay, there's only 1 left. Did we get him? I think we got him. I think they're all gone. Nice. Alright, so they tried to counterattack us with what they had left, but obviously it did not work out for them. And yeah, with that, with our aircraft coming back into land, I would love to like play some more and maybe continue with the rest of the day and send off another engagement, but it's been a very, very long video, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. And if you do want me to play more of this scenario, do let me know in the comments. Yeah, our aircraft now coming back to land. We have done very, very well indeed. I think the first of the groups has started to arrive. They will probably line up to land on the carrier shortly. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's have a look at our debrief. We shall save it just in case I want to come back to it. And we will return to menu, which will take us to the debriefing. Let's see what happens. So, the enemy was beaten back for now, but the outcome remains undecided. On the field of battle, your forces prevailed. The enemy was met, struck, and compelled to withdraw under fire. In tactical terms, this engagement was a clear success, and the courage and skill of your men made the difference when it mattered most. Yet despite this battlefield victory, the broader situation remains unresolved. The enemy's intentions have not been fully broken, nor has the balance of power decisively shifted. Midway's fate and that of the wider Pacific still hangs in the balance. Nonetheless, this battle has proven that the enemy can be fought and defeated. What remains is to turn tactical success into lasting strategic advantage. Stay alert, consolidate your gains, and prepare for what comes next. The war is far from decided. So our full report, we did incredibly well. 2,781 points, tactical score. That's really, really nice. We damaged all of their carriers, and we shot down a lot of aircraft. We actually barely lost any aircraft ourselves. Like 21 F2As is really not that bad. And we only lost 12 dive bombers in that attack. Like, that's huge. Absolutely huge. So, fantastic. We shot down 51 Zeros and 44 B5s. Yeah. Great stuff. What a good fight. And this game is absolutely amazing. Really, really looking forward to them adding more and more content in the future. But that's all for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.